I think it's fascinating that you are juggling the full-time job and doing content creation. Can you talk to me about how was that for you on a day-to-day basis? How were you managing it? And ultimately, what was the tipping point while you decided, okay, I'm gonna take UGC full-time and more seriously?
Yeah, no. So how I was managing it, I like to say I had my own little strategy during that point of my life. I like to call it the 5 to 9 strategy, because I would get off work, I would, relax for a little bit, eat my dinner, and then from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. I was creating content, and I was either scripting, I was planning, or I was editing, pushing out content. Like, I didn't have a super refined strategy at this point, but I was setting aside that time every single day after work to make sure I was being consistent, at least with myself and my posting. So that's how I really structured my days when I was working my full-time job. And I feel like something that really made me realize, and made me push so hard during that time too, is what a creative outlet UGC can be. And I'm not gonna lie, also just the income possibilities there as well. But I feel like something that really blew my mind when I was starting UGC was that when working with children, it is very rigid and scheduled, because that's how they perform best. And then going to content creation and UGC and working with all these different brands, every day can be completely different depending on what brand you're working with. And at the time, for me, I was working with children years before this. So that in itself was so exciting for me, and kind of really opened my eyes, and it was just great for me in general. And I was really excited to start every day and start something new. So that was really what pushed me forward.
And did you wait to make more money with TikTok or with UGC before you switched? Or on a financial basis, did you just start to see potential and then went all in? How did that work out for you?
Yeah, so I always like to err on the side of caution. I mean, me specifically. So I wanted to make sure I was going to be fine no matter what path I really chose. So I did wait until I was making sure to see at least this consistent amount of income per month before I fully quit my 9 to 5 job and I went fully into UGC. I remember months before, I was waiting for it. I was like, I feel it coming. I know my income's getting there. And I was ready to quit my job and just go full into UGC. So I think it's just making sure, staying consistent and having a system in place to making sure you're receiving these brand deals on a regular basis to make yourself feel confident enough to leave your 9 to 5 and kind of that security blanket.
Yeah, totally. Can you talk to me about the first brand deal you had? How did you get them? What was it?
So the first brand deal I had, I remember it was all through outreach. It was specifically through Twitter. It was through a smartwatch brand. I was really excited about it. And I remember feeling actually seen for the first time in the space, and oh wow, all my hard work is actually paying off, and I'm finally getting this brand deal and actually seeing some income. And then and looking back now, of course, I think I got $100 for maybe a 2-minute video, and of course, that's not a great price now, but at the time, you're just starting out. It's very normal in the beginning to accept lower rates because you have yet to show your skill, your expertise. You don't quite have that authority to request that higher price yet. So I remember being very excited to get my first $100 from my brand deal.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, when I think about when I worked with Shopify, I was so cheap, but it's good. You live and learn. So
it's all about learning how to negotiate too. I feel like that's such a huge thing in the space. Most people in their day-to-day life doing what they do at their 9 to 5 depending what you do, but you don't normally negotiate all the time with these big brands. And so that's also something you need to learn in the space. And that I also picked up tips from other creators is how do you gain confidence to negotiate, So that was a big thing.
For sure. Any books or any specific trainings that you went through that helped you with that?
I didn't.
No?
I wish I did now, 100%. It was all just through tips I had picked up and things people were posting, and I tried to implement for myself. So I definitely made it harder for myself, but
all right. Is the question about when did it start to feel real? Did you touch on that, or
I kind of touched on that? It was really when I started receiving more income from like inbounds I would receive in like a day or two than I would working a full week at my 9 to 5. So
Yeah, yeah. And so we've recently started this venture together called Creatorshop. How or what role did that play into your confidence and growth as a creator?
yeah, so having this position in Creatorshop has been exponential in my growth and confidence as a creator, because even starting out and when I first started to see myself take off, I was really adamant about sharing tips and tricks with other creators, and also just sharing what I knew with people who didn't even know about the space or what was possible in content creation. So now being in a position where I can help people and help creators and just show them what is possible and literally lead them to some of the success that I've seen while also still bettering myself has been a dream come true. Really dedication over motivation, because you are not going to be motivated every day, just not how life works, but you are going to be dedicated. You're going to be dedicated in yourself, in your goals, in your dreams, and that's what really needs to shine and what really needs to push through and what will help you stay consistent. So
Amen.